He's done 3,400 in sales the last 30 days. I'm here with Justin, and he's doing a mixture of books and online arbitrage. Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast.
Welcome to the Amazon Savages podcast. Hear the stories of Amazon sellers crushing it in the game and keep up with the latest strategies that are working. Sit back, relax, and remember, if you truly try and work really hard, you will make a ridiculous amount of money selling on Amazon.
All right. So tell us how you got started. Take us back to the beginning and, kind of break down what you're selling and what really allowed you to 3,400 in sales.
Yeah. So I seen someone scanning at a local library books, and, I just out of curiosity, I'm buying, books, and, I asked him what he's doing. He's like, he was just very closed with me, closed guard. He didn't want to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, at the end of the book sale, like he came
what
up
part
to
of
me.
the country are you located in?
I'm in San Diego.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's a lot of book sales and, just estate sales I've been going to as well to kind of, differentiate. Like the book sales are highly competitive here. So there's, going to be like 20 people and you hear their scanners start up. So I'm always there like 2 hours early with my box, and I'm just waiting there to get in. And, some people don't like me bringing in the box, so I'll have to carry it around, but most people are cool with it. So, but yeah, the books are super cheap.
Employees are mad at you for carrying the box?
Yeah. Well, some of these book sales have like very narrow spaces. And so they're like, oh, well, you're going to bump into people and, so, but they're pretty cool. Most of them are cool. So,
yeah, I just bring a dolly and I put the box on it.
Right. But
yeah,
that's how I started. And the books were, 25 cents to $1. And, sometimes I'll find the bag sales where they're just like, hey, fill a bag for $5.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is gold right here, where I could just fill up an entire bag. I find one book that's worth $5 and then I'm good to go. I'm just like loading up on books.
Yeah.
So
out of that 3,400 in sales, what percent would you say are books versus other categories?
I'd probably say about 50% of is all books, and maybe a little more. So I'm doing, toys and some like beauty cosmetic products.
Nice. So what else are you doing to find books? Like what is most of your day spent doing? Are you going out thrifting? Do you primarily library sales? Are you doing more online arbitrage now? Like how are you finding inventory?
So I started just like, everybody, I go to these thrift stores, Goodwill, and then a couple of the smaller thrift stores, I would ask them like, hey, can I get, can I get access to some of your books? Like maybe when you get them in, can you call me? Most of the time they say no. Goodwills around here, they say, oh, well, we got to scan them first. So sometimes I'll, if the employee's nice, then they'll let me back there. But, lately I've been going to estate sales because, and I just I'm doing like online bidding with some of these auctions to get, first picks, because I remember seeing one of your videos and you said the best books are the ones coming out of people's houses that they don't scan yet.
Exactly.
So if I can get like access to, someone's collection, then that's like ideal for me.
Yeah. And what websites are you using for that?
So I'd use estatesales.net and CT bids for the auctions.
What was that one?
CT bids.
CT bids. Okay.
Yeah. And so you can put in the zip code and they're online auctions. So you can kind of bid like eBay or be the max bidder and just kind of, stock the auction the last, minute or so and make your final bid. And
nice. So, and there's lots of like book lots for sale on there.
Sometimes there's like mostly right now I've seen a lot of Christmas decorations. But I got the one of the book lots, and it was the first time I used it, so I was super happy about that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Have you ever heard of govdeals.com or Gov? It's just Gov Deals. I'm not sure exactly the website, but they have like government
Mhm.
stuff for sale, and sometimes they have like textbooks.
Oh wow, okay, I'll check
Yeah,
that
and
out.
liquidations.com as well.
Nice, yeah. There's a liquidation warehouse over here that I went to a couple times, and like every Tuesday, like everything is you know like $1, and
Mhm.
they're all Amazon returns. I see the Amazon boxes coming out, on off the truck. So I'm like, oh, these are already sold on Amazon, so might as well check those out.
Mhm. Right. So when you're doing online arbitrage, how has selling books helped you in terms of finding product that sells fast? Like how has your knowledge selling books allowed you to have the confidence to buy other products?
Um, checking the Keepa of the products and making sure that they sell fast. Just looking at the data and becoming comfortable with, the sales drops. And,
Mhm.
I try to stick to, if it's 30 drops a month, then I'm pretty confident that, it's probably selling for, at least, one, at least one time a day. So, but, I try to stick to that number because, even I think 30 and up, I definitely seen products sell way more than one time a day when the sales drops are, at like 20, 20 and above. So,
Mhm.
and just getting comfortable with Keepa, I think is the biggest, factor. And I mean, if you can't read the data right in Amazon, you're just not, you're buying blind.
Mhm.
So I think that's, big deal for me.
Yeah. What's your focus moving forward? Are you going to continue finding books or do you plan on branching more out to online arbitrage at scale? Like what's kind of your vision for your business?
So I live in a condo in San Diego, so I like getting large orders was a issue for me because you know people stealing and stuff like that. So recently, what I've done is I got postal annex boxes like at mail couriers in San Diego, and they're willing to accept my online packages. So I'm
Mhm.
able to place large orders now, and um, you know Walmart, Target, what cosmetics, and when I go online, I can get bigger limits when I get things shipped to me, and I kind of did it that way. I was doing it half like online pickup orders. I know it's kind of slimy, but I would, especially around Q4, I would place these large orders with Target, with all the Targets, within like a 50-mile area for pickup, and I would post them for sale on Amazon before they were before I picked them up. So I would
Yeah, I
just
know
do
people doing that. I know people are so comfortable with the order time, like with
right,
Dick's Sporting Goods, for example, they know they're going to get the package in 2 days. And
right,
so they'll go ahead and list it like a day after they purchase it because they're
right,
so confident they're going to get it's risky, obviously, but it's kind of
right.
like drop shipping a little bit, but a little bit more
It
risk.
is. When I first did it, I was going all out with it, and I kind of waited until I got the product in my hand now, because like I showed up to one and they were like, "Oh, well, we only have, 2 out of 5." So I was scrambling to find like the last, I think I bought like 3 of them at full price and like just sent them to customers anyway because I didn't want to take the hit,
Mhm.
so I kind of watched out for that now. I wait till I have it in my hand.
Mhm. What advice would you give to yourself when you first started in order to find profitable books? Like what tips would you give yourself just starting out? Like, hey, go here, here, and here, or do this, that. Like what types of advice would you give yourself on day one?
I would say that when you scan the books, even though it says accept in Scout IQ, that's what I'm using, and make sure you actually look at the listing on Amazon. because, I've used data and then live, and I've had 2 different results with Scout IQ. So even though it says, most of the time it's right, but make sure you click around in Amazon and look for the lowest offer and see, what that is and if it's still profitable. Cause I've seen lags in like Scout IQ. But by far it's the best service. You can use. I used Scoutly before, and it was trash. It was different results, and it wasn't as fast. So when it comes to book sales, you really need to go faster. You need to, like, I think even at book sales, like, best advice I can give is a new person. If the books are 25 cents and they're $1, don't be afraid to just buy the book don't sit there and research the book, for long periods of time while all these sellers are just scooping up all the books. Like, you can do that afterwards, like, get those books that are accepted and then, go back and whittle them down and then decide if you want to buy them or not. Because by the time you're done researching this book, like, this guy's done scooped up, 5, 6 textbooks you could have got,
Yep. Exactly.
So,
what are you doing with your restricted textbooks?
sending them to you, man. Yeah, I got a Bible Odyssey.
And welcome to the freaking Wells Show.
Restricted inventory, baby.
Yeah, it's awesome.
A loaded question.
Yeah.
We only keep a $20 cut now. So if you send us a $100 profit book, you keep 80 and we keep 20. So we cap ourselves at $20.
Right on. Yeah, it's awesome.
And we cover shipping up front too. So we require that you cover the shipping charge and we cover the prep charge, but you can create labels at no charge for you same day. So
yeah, right on, man. I've sent like 8 or 9 so far. I found everybody was passing this up at the book sale, but I seen like a Bible DVD set, and they were like, oh well, that's going to be $5, but it was like $100 profit, but I was restricted, so I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna send this to Avery so he can
nice,
and the rank is great, so you'll keep a lookout for that one.
Awesome. That's awesome. What's your, I know we talked a little bit about this before, and you're kind of a funny customer because you were talking about Inventory Lab in the GoTo Lister group chat a few weeks ago. What's your opinion using both Inventory Lab and GoTo Lister, since not a lot of people have used both, especially booksellers? They usually just go straight to GoTo Lister or another book selling software, but using Inventory Lab versus GoTo Lister, what's been your experience?
The speed, man. Inventory Lab, listing, I lay the books down with barcodes up and I put them in order like I see in one of your videos, and I just scan them and just, the barcodes are coming out like super quick. And the smart pricing is, it adjusted for me, even though I use a repricer and it'll knock it back down. But
what repricer are you using?
Right now, because I'm growing my inventory, it's like I'm using Reprice It just because it's a, like $9.95 a month. And I'm just kind of like, once I grow, I think I'm going to go more to, Channel Max or something like that. Something.
Yeah, I'm actually meeting with BeCool tonight, and we're going to shoot some videos. I do recommend Channel Max, but we're also going to, BeCool is really simple. And so I'm going to meet with them tonight, and we may be doing an integration with them in the future. So all the smart pricing that you set with GoTo Lister will automatically be sent to BeCool. That way it knows, like, for the first 60 or 30 days, not to price below what GoTo Lister set it at. And then we're going to set up triggers for booksellers for BeCool.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Super happy to use GoTo Lister. Inventory Lab would take me a really long time to list a bunch of products, and and like the sourcing time, and I have a full-time job, wife and kids, so it's like, man, I don't want to sit here for 4 hours after work and just be doing this, you know?
Yeah.
So, and, so we talked about OA, like how I'm doing that as well, but I, I've been using like tactical arbitrage to like save on like sourcing time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as having a full-time job, I'm just like, all right, when I get off, the thrift stores are only open for like 2 more hours. So,
Yeah.
I had to figure out something where I could, run scans on these stores without being there. And so I'll run these searches, and then I'll find the profitable books, products, toys, and then I'll reverse search the the product and find where they sell it at in stores. So
When you list your online arbitrage in books, what's your listing flow look like? Are you mixing them? Are you keeping them separate?
I try to keep it separate. I do the books because I don't want to like mix books with like, toys or
Yeah.
something like that if they want to do that. I do the one box method. So,
Yeah.
if I list like 40 and they split like three, I'll take those three out unless it's like three, textbooks that are really profitable, then I'll send those singly. But
Mhm.
if it's like a $5 profit book and I'm paying $5 for shipping, I don't do that. So I just take those three out and send one huge box, man. Try to get
Mhm.
like a box a week out.
Heck yeah. It's good shit. What job do you work?
I'm just an administrative assistant with the government. So
Sounds fun.
yeah. Yeah, it gives me so I work like I telework, so I'm working at home, and I work in the office, so it kind of works out with
Yeah.
Amazon because I'm packing packages and then I'll schedule pickups while I'm working my job. The USPS will come to the house and grab my
Nice.
merchant fulfilled packages. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, two jobs in one.
That's solid. How are you? Yeah. I mean, how many online arbitrage products are you selling? It sounds like not that many.
Uh, so I just made a big order, but I did, at least 40 or 50 eBay to Amazon flips,
But
for
how many
just one
different
product.
ASINs? Do you have like a handful, like 5 or 10, or are you going pretty deep on
Yeah,
the
I have
ASINs that
about
you have?
yeah, I got about 5 or 10 ASINs that I'm just sticking with right now and
Mhm.
reordering. I just, ordered like 40, 50 board games. So
Are you doing a pretty good job of not running out of stock on those?
well, with eBay, I run out of stock because it's limited quantities. So I
Right.
just been test buying. But this last order I tried to order, as much as I could from Walmart with this
Mhm.
one product, just to
Yeah.
kind of stay in stock.
With GoTo Lister, we're actually about to have a page that shows you what items you need to buy more of that you don't have a 30-day supply of. So it's going to be
Oh, okay.
helpful for wholesale sellers and online arbitrage sellers. Like it'll tell you, hey, look, these 4 ASINs you don't have a 30-day supply of. You need to buy 20 more of this one, 40 more of this one, 5 more of this one. And so even if you
Right.
already have 30 in stock, it knows that you're about to sell 60 according to your sales over the last 30 days. So
Mhm.
it's going to tell you, hey, if you want to continue selling this ASIN, you should probably buy 30 more. And then if you're able to buy more of it, if you can find it again on eBay, or you can order it from your wholesaler or go to Walmart, wherever you got it, then you can simply order more. And then that way you stay in stock on your most profitable ASINs. So I'm pretty excited for that because I do wholesale myself. That's
Right.
actually my primary business right now. And I fucking hate like looking up on spreadsheets what my sales are going to be and like how much more I need to buy. I just wish there was like one simple page that showed it to me. And
Right.
so that's what we're about to do with GoTo Lister. So it's going to be really good for OA people.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited, dude. I Go to Lister, man, is just like a very simple interface to
Yeah.
learn. And anybody starting out, like, man, I wish I would have used Go to Lister like when I first started, because I I started with Inventory Lab, so I was just making all kinds of mistakes, like just
Yeah.
and the restricted, well, how you apply for restricted books on GoTo Lister is so straightforward, man.
Yeah.
Because Inventory Lab, it was crazy. Like I would be listing, and then I would have box content sent to Amazon, and then send my shipment info to Amazon, and then I would get a message back saying, "Oh, well, this book is restricted," but
Yeah.
or it would take like a day to send me that information,
Yeah.
and I just sent a restricted product to Amazon, and so that's bad news, man. So like,
Yeah.
I like how it won't even print the label for you if it's
You know
restricted
what's
on Go.
funny? What's funny is I used to actually like that listing softwares made it really difficult because I run restricted inventory. So years
Right.
ago, when I first started my business, like 5 years ago, I started restricted inventory, and AccelerList would allow their users to send in restricted textbooks.
Oh,
And at the time, we don't do this anymore, but we allowed people to remove their inventory to us. So from their Amazon account, they could
yeah.
remove their textbooks to us. So, and like in 2019, it was pretty crazy. Like everybody was getting restricted in textbooks. So all these booksellers who were like doing 5 to 20,000 a month, all of a sudden they couldn't sell textbooks anymore. So they would send me like 10 grand in profitable books, removing them from Amazon to me. And then they would continuously list more books with like AccelerList or ScanList or something, and it wouldn't tell them if they're restricted. So I was
Yeah.
happy for it because I'm like, hey, just send them to me when they get to Amazon. But it's fucking annoying for sure. And my mom earlier this year, I didn't realize how brand new accounts Amazon won't let you sell shit. So brand new accounts,
Yeah.
Amazon's say you're restricted in every single book, even
Mhm.
regular books. And my mom, it was taking her forever to list. And that's when I was like, gosh, this sucks. Like if this is the life of a new seller, we need to make it easier for them. And that's why we added that little button right there that just automatically opens it up, throws the ASIN in, give it 15 minutes, and you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. I especially I just got ungated in DVDs and CDs, so still I'm still gated in some of these, like Warner Brothers or whatnot.
How'd you get
Big
ungated? What did you go to christianbook.com?
I did. Yeah, I got the invoice, and then I returned them all because
Nice.
they weren't really profitable. But I bought them. I bought them on clearance day. Like the DVDs were like $4.99, so I just bought 10 and got the invoice, and it was amazing how fast. Because as soon as they confirmed my order, I just submitted it to Amazon, and it was automated, and I got ungated in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You buy 10 units.
I bought 10. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you need to do. Buy 10 units of any CD or DVD, any price from christianbook.com. Make sure your address matches your address on the Amazon account, and then submit that invoice or receipt to Amazon. And that's like the easiest way to get ungated for everyone listening.
Yeah. Yeah. It works,
What's a
man.
secret? What's a secret you've learned that's helped you grow your Amazon business?
Shoot. I'd say well, I mean, getting there early for sure at book sales. You can't underestimate that, like your competition. And like I was saying, like when you first start, like don't just sit there and analyze the books, like if they're accepted and they're 25 cents in Scout IQ, grab all the books you can at a book sale. Because I remember hearing a video of yours that, after the first 45 minutes, if you got 20 booksellers there, all the good books are gone. So,
Yep.
Or if you're making offers, on like say OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, investigate those books quick, because they'll disappear real fast right in front of your eyes. Because other people have them in their cart, looking at them. So definitely be proactive, and when you got a meeting with someone, don't blow it off, because you never know, they might refer you to somewhere else. So I've had some people like network. I met with this downsizing agency that does these estate sales, and I gave her my contact information, and she was just, hey, I'll call you next time I got another one and there's books. So,
Mhm.
you know, just be real polite with people, and, you know, you'll get what you want.
How'd you get in touch with them?
I was just scouring Craigslist and I seen the state sale, and then I ran into them, and they're resellers too. They own a store in San Diego, and they mainly do furniture. So she said, you know, we got books, then we'll call you. So,
Nice.
you know,
Yeah, that's I mean, all you need is like a few solid connections in the book game and you can make so much money. Like ROI wise, like the amount of money you can make in a book business for the amount of money you spend is like astronomical.
yeah,
Now,
no,
when you're buying other categories, like today, I placed a $25,000 wholesale order, but 50,000 between me and my friend. And we're actually, it's really good ROI for wholesale product, but we're still only expecting 25,000 true profit. So 75,000 back on a
yeah,
$50,000 order. But with books, like if you're able to spend 10 grand on books, you could easily make 20 or 30,000 or more back, which is just,
yeah,
so like being able to compound your money with books, like I really want people to understand, like if you're able to spend just a couple thousand on books each month, you can really grow your money quickly. Whereas with online arbitrage and wholesale, you
yeah,
can very quickly spend all the money you have, and it'll come back at a 30 to 40% ROI. It'll turn fast, but if you're limited on capital, the book business that's the way to start out.
yeah, definitely. I think, you know, mixing books with other products is definitely
Yeah,
a great solution, man. Because I've found books like on the side of the road. Like this guy had an ad, and he had boxes out there, and, you know, I sold one book for like 89.99. That was free. So I mean,
yeah,
it's like crazy, man. Like
it is.
I'll pay $1 and sell a book for like 50. It's like 4,000% return on your investment, you know,
Mhm.
compared to like 30% with, you know, some of
Right,
these other products. So
right.
yeah.
Where do you see your business like in the future? Like what's kind of your goal? Do you have an aspiration to quit your job? Do you want to do you have a sales number in your head yet? I know you're kind of just like getting back rolling with it, but do you have like a vision of where you want this to go?
I do. I've actually tried you know, private label, and you know, I dropped a lot of money on that and had issues with you know, customs and stuff like that. But I tried it, and that was just way too much for me. Just starting out, just I wouldn't recommend it. Um, you know, like branding your own product. If you don't know how to do the Amazon game first, start with books, and uh, you know, learn the Amazon, you know, website before you get into something that heavy. Um, but doing online arbitrage, I would like to move into wholesale. So I'm thinking about starting the LLC up again so I can get
Nice.
those wholesale orders.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been doing a lot of cosmetics,
Nice.
so I get a lot more. I see a lot of deals in that sector, you know, and they're
Yep.
small, so I can order a lot at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Do you have a
but
sales
that's it.
number in your head that you want to hit?
Shoot, man. I would like to get, you know, this Q4 in December. I would like to get up to like 15K. I'd be happy if I got to that
Yeah.
month. Um, you know, right now I'm at 1,600 in the first 5 days, so I'm
Nice.
doing pretty good this month. You know,
Yep.
and
Would you ever want to quit your job from this?
definitely, man, definitely. If I could have the freedom to do that, I would definitely. You know, I love my boss, but he's I just, yeah, I think being financially free and like doing the OA, I could do anywhere. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we, you know, may buy another house with a garage, and I can turn that into a business doing OA. So that's my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. And you're in remind me what state you said?
I'm in
California.
California. Yeah, yeah. I'm in San Diego. So
Yeah.
that's another reason I got into OA, because, the traffic is crazy. And,
Yeah.
I was just driving around store to store, and I still do. It's just, I needed an edge on competition, to order bigger amounts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Maybe even consider getting a tax-free prep center in a tax-free state like Oregon or New Hampshire. That way, if
Mhm.
you buy $100 item, instead of paying $6, if your state sales tax is 6%, instead of paying $6 to the state, you can pay $2 or $3 for prep and not pay any sales tax. And so you're actually profiting, and you're getting prep for free, essentially, and you're
Oh,
saving
okay.
on the sales tax. That's something to consider.
Oh, okay. So if you send the products to another state with lesser sales, you get taxed in that
Yeah,
state.
there's
Oh, that's
sales
awesome.
tax free states.
Oh,
Oregon,
nice.
you don't want to use Alaska because that's too far away. But
Right.
Oregon, Montana, New Hampshire, Delaware, and there's one more. I can't think of it right now. And then there's also there's a few states like Pennsylvania that don't have sales tax on like clothing and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done much clothing. I did some like jackets I found in Marshalls, and I was going pretty hot on those, but the return rates are, you know, a little bit higher in clothing. People, they don't like the size or whatever. Just, it was a lot more returns for me. But yeah, books, man, 100%. I'll never quit selling books. There's low risk with books. I mean, what can happen with a book, So,
Mhm. Heck yeah.
but
Well, thanks for coming on, brother. Do you have you're in the Facebook groups. Is it cool if people reach out to you if they have questions?
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hit me up.
And
I'll try
it's
and
Justin
answer.
Rose, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're in the GoTo Lister Facebook group. I think you're in my other Facebook group too. So feel free to reach out to them, people. And thanks so much for coming on, Justin.
Yeah, man. Happy you had me on. Thanks.